Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Dreadnoughts, where the German campaign in Africa continues. This time we have caught an American convoy leaving Freetown. A chance to inflict some damage on the US Navy. We are at peace with most of Europe. We are only at war with the Soviet Union and with the United States. Yorick is on her way to piss off the Americans, basically. And we are also invading the Netherlands. Their alliance with Japan now dissolved. We got an event to invade them, so I'm directing literally every available asset I have to go and deal with them. Some of which are ships that were in that huge battle with the Japanese fleet, and they're now completed their repairs and are being sent back. I would like a little period of peace, perhaps, in order to focus on designs and stuff. We do have quite a lot of victory points against the Americans and against the Russians. In terms of prosecuting the war, there is plenty of territory to take off the Americans. There is plenty of territory to take off the Russians. The Russians have taken Norway, so I think it will make sense once we've taken the Netherlands. We've already got a big invasion fleet grouped together. We'll push that on towards Norway. See if we come up on the transports first. There's like a heavy cruiser and stuff around. Quite happy to kill the escorts too. They would do me the kindness of showing up. Ah, there they are. I think that's... oh no, there's one transport left. And it's the light cruiser's turn. There goes the last transport, thanks to, well, I think the secondary guns. Cruiser's going very slow, the Phoenix. Wondering if she had low fuel problems, but apparently not. Only 23 knots. She's an old protected cruiser. Still too early for... well, that said, the Russians, I think, have access to a scout cruiser. Of course it was a dud. Oh, of course it was a dud. Now all of the Z3, 4-14 to withdraw. That engine damage. Phoenix quite close to surrendering, although that hit from the Flammenschwert probably do her in. Ah, there you go. Lovely torpedo spread. It's going to go forward because the ship stopped, but one is going to hit anyway. blowing the surrendered ship in half. It's just a slight war crime. It's accidental. Anyway. And then we have 2 armoured cruisers. Well worth getting rid of. Again, with the AI just... I mean, it's okay now to be retreating, but I think they pretty much retreated as soon as the battle started. Didn't even try to defend the transports. -20. It's going to have to withdraw. Might sink. Taking quite a lot of hits. Just waiting on the cruisers catching up, basically. Torpedoes away. Dud. They're still running. They're running long though. They might hit the Seattle. If I'm a very lucky boy. Yeah, both destroyers taking hits. We're gonna withdraw all of them. And we're going to switch over to the cruisers. Ammo debt on the North Carolina. That might actually sink it. That was from Flammenschwert. Long range hit. Coming to save the destroyers. Another ammo debt. Jesus. It's Seattle badly damaged. And sunk. 2 armoured cruisers and a convoy. Very nice. Oh, and a light cruiser as well. But yes, good. A blow against the Americans. Right, I'm going to go in the turn and see what happens. All right. It is, well, this is now January 1915. I swear I got an extra turn in there somehow. Anyway, yes, welcome to 1915, and it seems like the Americans are coming to the aid of the Dutch. This is our invasion fleet of Holland and the Low Countries, and it's led by the Jutenbahn, and against us we have the Tennessee. Can't see the class name because of all the defects, but the Illinois here, which, yeah, it's the same ship, has no flaws. Kentucky class battleship, 21.8 knots, 4 twin 14.7-inch guns. Those are big guns, and lots of them. But it's on a 25,000-ton hull. Now, for comparison, that's roughly an SS3 sized ship, but with nearly 15-inch guns. I have a suspicion, even though the Illinois here is reporting 105% armor quality, that it may not be particularly well armored, despite that 16.8-inch max. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But there is plenty of firepower in here. We've got 2 SS4s and 2 KK1s, meaning that we have quite a lot of 14-inch firepower, and then we've got a ton of 12-inch, even got some of the 10-inch from the Schwarzadler. Right, let's get to it. There was really, Jesus Christ, it was a really good comment. I totally agree with it. I'd totally forgotten that the developers had tried to reduce the instances of big fleet battles, but I have to be honest, they are probably one of the coolest things in the game. Okay. Yes. These ships can be surprisingly nasty, this Dreadnought hull. It's a relatively new one. Wow, that's an early hit. Some really nice ones in the Spanish campaign that gave me an awful lot of trouble. And they were around the same era, exact same type of ship. So if you haven't watched my Spanish Succession campaign videos, you should have a look. I think they're pretty fun. It's the closest I've ever come to losing a campaign. I was about one turn away from losing. Yeah, it was these battleships that were responsible for that. Nasty buggers. Not those exact ones, but same hull. So they can definitely be quite nasty. I'm going to set us up in a gun line. Destroyers are just going to act as a picket. I'm not going to try and charge in with them. We'll take up point with the Oberon. Have a look at it from Bremen's point of view. Just get as many shells downrange as possible. A lot of target switching going on, but it's a bit irritating to micro. We got a fully ID'd ship. Yes, we do. Right, let's have a look at the Illinois. It is a good-looking ship. Right. Standard bulkheads, small offset. Pretty good by AI standards. Yeah, Mark 1 guns. So they can have trouble hitting. Not the fastest ship in the world. Weird secondary layout. Yeah, 13-inch main belt. Of Krupp 2. Heavy cordite picric. Oh, they might be a little bit on the explosive side. What's their barbette level? 2. Okay, might be able to make them go boom. Oberon trying to cross the T. They do have well-armoured turrets, at least, those Americans. Their armour's holding up just now. Ooh, yuck. Troy's taking a little bit more fire than I would like. Oh, there's a couple of solid hits. Who's that? Jotunban, main belt pen. Oh, you don't want to blob up like that. Yeah, Illinois knocked down to 50% health. Took out a casement. Yeah, arm's holding up. We're getting through it every now and then, but it's not like we're going through it really easily. They're just suffering. They're outnumbered. They're outgunned. Not America's best strategic decision. Nice half belt pin there, causing a bit of flooding on the Illinois. Illinois and Tennessee both suffering. Really suffering. Illinois floods, Tennessee floods. Almost at exactly the same time. Just leaves Samoa. We've seen this ship type before, which is pretty terrible. Still using Crip 1. And the battle cruisers are getting around, although I'm noticing Othello has taken some hits here. Mostly from 9-inch guns. Just going to withdraw. I think she's fine, but don't need her taking any more damage than she needs to. Oh, beautiful shot. Main belt pen by the Oberon puts an end to the Samoa. Can't imagine, no, the Fargo lasting very long. See if we can. So the battleship's almost completely undamaged. Just Oberon. Not Oberon, sorry. Othello. Taking a little bit. Yeah, 9-inch guns. Just poking holes in the ends of the ship. So it's nothing to really reduce her capacity to fight. But, yeah. Americans regretting their decision, I think. That was not a good choice. Right, there are 2 armoured cruisers floating around, but I'm on a ×30, so I'm just going to end the battle. They obviously withdrew a while ago. I did see them moving off in a different direction. But 2 battleships and a battle cruiser plus 2 lights sent to the bottom, and we had to lose 55 crew in the process, most of which I'm assuming were on Othello or the destroyers. Yeah, the Z3-35 and the Z3-5 both took hits. Most damage done. Almost a tie. I think, yeah. Bremen slightly more. And then Oberon. Good job by the Bremen. And then, yeah, the US, the Samoa did a surprising amount of damage. Mostly with this, look at the 7-inch guns. But, yeah. Your overall US fleet just getting completely trounced. Which is fine by me. It looks like there's some other fights this month. I'm going to go load those up, and then we'll have a look at where the US fleet is after that loss. Alright, welcome back. The two other battles this month are a couple of destroyers over here in the Northern Marianas. I'll just do these off camera and put the results up on the screen because they're not particularly interesting battles to look at. The conquest continues. It's got 3 months to go, 82%. But I wanted to have a look at what the US had left. Those two battleships, that was half their capital ship fleet, and the Samoa was their only battle cruiser. So they only have armored and light cruisers left. So that was a much bigger loss, a much more significant loss for them, I should say, than I really realized. The Soviets still have 9 capital ships. Yeah, so things are going okay. In terms of hours, we are 9 months away from the Halloween and 11 months from the Yggdrasil. The Blindervacher, 12 months, 14 months for the Fenris, and 17 months for the Midgard. So this is all progressing quite well. Cruiser design-wise, we still have nothing in the pipeline. Destroyer design, again, nothing. Like, Germany is really starved of hulls in this period, which is kind of accurate because they stopped making ships for a bit. Getting Mark V 4-inch guns, so the Mark V small guns are starting to appear. That is very exciting. Rangefinders, what are we getting? Coincidence 4, that's pretty nice. Hull strengthening, as I said, we already have the modern 1 and 2, and this is the super battleship hull, but we're unlocking those far too early. I wish I could deprioritize text. But yeah, we're going to get those. Those are way too early. We don't really have the text to build anything on them. They're available indefinitely, so there's no rush with those, as I was talking about in the previous video. So I'm going to go do those 2 convoys. I'm going to end the turn, and I'm going to tell you how they went. Alright, welcome back. You should now see the convoy results on screen. One of the destroyers fought and was sunk, and one of them ran away and was not. Yorick has arrived in Freeport and is starting to menace the coast of America, which is very nice. Invasion is at 82%, but that's it for this month. There's nothing else going on, so I'm going to go into March and see what happens. Welcome to March, where apparently the government in the United States has been overthrown. What have they turned into? You don't often see revolutions in the United States in the game. What happened? America, you're still a democracy. Oh, the left wing got in. Okay, so it's just kicking out the existing government. It was nothing radical. Maybe they're more inclined towards peace rather than war. This should hopefully tick over next turn and allow us to conquer the Netherlands, which is very exciting. No fights, but we are sinking transports in the background. You can see my VP is slowly ticking up. We have quite a lot of VP versus the Americans, which is good. But that's it for this month. I'm going to roll into April. We have done it. We have conquered the Netherlands. Fantastic. It took a while. Don't know why we had to do it by sea, but the Netherlands now belongs to us. Just Belgium to go to reduce this border gore. And Luxembourg, I suppose, but it's Luxembourg. We'll leave them alone. There is a convoy battle to do, which could be interesting. But before that, we are going to hit Norway. So I'm going to order invasion of southern Norway. It should spawn at Oslo, but we actually have, I think we have 2 fleets here. So I'm going to move, historically not Germany's best move, that particular naval maneuver. I think there's 2 fleets here, but I can't seem to select There we go. So there are 2. So I'm going to move the other one to outside Bergen, so that we immediately start the invasion, regardless of which port it spawns at, and then I'll just move the other one. So we'll take Norway. I think that's a good option. Well, southern Norway. Northern Norway still owned by Norway. Yes, I know that's confusing. But I think after that, I'll leave some forces in the Baltic to keep an eye on the Soviets. But we'll then take our other ships and we will start on Sierra Leone and Liberia, which are American. And then we'll move over to the Caribbean and Central America. Assuming they don't peace out, of course. Right, let's have a look at that convoy battle. The Stormbreaker against the Africa. 2 transports. Shouldn't be a problem, but I do want to have a look at the armoured cruiser. Get myself re-familiarised with the Soviet fleet. It's basically the same ships that we fought before, as far as I can tell. But it's always nice to know your opponent. It's a solid design. It does definitely look like a player one. With those nice neat funnels. Something getting hit by accident. But yeah, I would like a period of relative quiet so I can get some more cruisers, consolidate our position, get more forces out there to protect our convoys, things of that nature. Get the KK2s actually built. I think the transports are actually just dead. Yeah, I've sunk 100% of them. Right, okay. Cool. Yeah, 8.6 inch. Not bad. It's not particularly well armoured. And it is sunk. And that is kind of that. Well, I think that's enough for this episode. We had a nice big fleet battle. We've had a successful invasion. All sounds good to me. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.